I've been really impressed with this Yardmax mower over the years, but I'm going to show you one of its biggest weaknesses. After taking quite a beating, my blade is due for replacement. While I had already sharpened my blade a few times, I hit a few too many rocks to get a consistent edge. But unfortunately, the unique design of the blade adapter really complicates things. All mowers use an adapter to hold the blade to the engine's crankshaft. The Yardmax's adapter has the standard center hole, but has two unique drive lugs that are significantly larger than the slots in the standard universal blade. This really limits options for replacement blades. So when I started looking for a replacement, I noticed quite a few Yardmax owners complaining about blade availability. In fact, the only two customer reviews on Yardmax's product page for the blade weren't criticizing the blade itself, they were frustrated they couldn't find one to buy. Just recently, Yardmax stated that their inventory has improved, but when I checked, all of the retailers they linked to were still showing out of stock both locally and for shipping. So that got me wondering, what are the options when it comes to replacing the Yardmax blade? So in this video, we're going to test all the various options ranging from simple to complex to maybe even a little bit dangerous. Let's start with the surefire solution, buying a factory blade from Yardmax. There it is. This is the blade that is sometimes pretty challenging to find. I was fortunate enough to see it available at Lowe's.com earlier this spring, so I jumped on it for about 28 bucks. You can see we've got that oval slot in the circular shape. And just a few quick precautions before we get started. Whenever you're tilting the mower, always make sure the air filter is facing up. You don't want to flood it with fluids. Other thing is, if you're going to be working around the blade or on the underside of the deck, it's always safest to go ahead and disconnect the spark plug boot. Now let's get back to safely installing our blade. First things first, highly recommend some gloves, even though my blade is pretty dull. Don't want to take any risks. Then a scrap piece of 2x4. This is a size 12 socket. It's kind of nice, I guess, the way that these shapes go together between the adapter and our blade. It's really only one way you can put this in. So this side that's facing outward should actually be facing the engine, but because of the shapes, you really can't mess that up. As soon as we flip it over, everything fits together nicely. So before we install the new blade, let's just do our quick little comparison here. Side by side, we can see same profile of the blade, the curvatures. They stack onto each other with perfect symmetry. So yeah, this factory blade, again, is going to be the most surefire way to get a good fit onto the Yardmax. So let's go ahead and just get this installed. Super easy. We've got our washer and our bolt. We've got our holes lined up. All right, we've got no wobble, no play in there. So new blade installed in about 2 minutes, very easy. Let's go ahead, get this fired up and test it out. In full transparency, I don't have a whole lot of yard to mow right now because I've been using our Segway Navimow to keep our yard maintained this summer. So that means with our testing of these different blade options, we are really going to be putting it through its paces with some of our long grass that the Navimow cannot handle. And we can see from the results, it looks like we got a fresh cut with our fresh blade. As expected, factory blade from Yardmax went onto the mower and worked perfectly. But now if you're trying to get a blade quicker and maybe cheaper, you may be thinking of going to the local hardware store, picking up a universal blade. I grabbed this one from Menards. Let's go ahead and see how this works with the Yardmax. Actually, to save us all some time, I already tested this universal blade in my Yardmax routine maintenance video last year, and as expected, it still doesn't fit. The reason is these drive lugs on the Yardmax adapter. They're larger than the matching drive holes in this universal blade, so the blade can't fully seat against the adapter. And a quick side-by-side comparison with the Yardmax blade makes the difference easy to see. Now before I go any further, it's worth pointing out that not all universal blades are the same. They come with different style center holes and drive hole layouts to fit different mower manufacturers. This just happens to be the style I purchased for my testing. And the key takeaway isn't that universal blades don't work, it's that the mounting pattern has to be compatible with the blade adapter. So what we just found is that this universal blade really isn't universal enough to fit on Yardmax's unique blade adapter. And so what I ended up doing was I actually took the blade adapter into a couple stores and put it up against several other types of universal blades. None of them really fit at all with it. So I think that brings us to our next option. And it's not looking at more blades, it's looking at alternatives to Yardmax's blade adapter. So before buying anything, I took some measurements of the original Yardmax adapter to see if I could find an alternative with similar dimensions, but one that might be compatible with more commonly available universal blades. After comparing several options online, the closest match I found was this MTD blade adapter, so I felt it was worth ordering one and putting it to the test. Once it arrived, right off the bat, I realized that I bought an adapter that had a male key, whereas the Yardmax adapter has a female keyway that fits over the male key on the crankshaft. So I figured this option was going to be dead in the water right away. But after looking closer at the crankshaft, I saw that the parallel key looked to be removable. So there was only one way to find out. After removing the plastic guarding, I was ready to give it a shot. So I've just got a flathead screwdriver, a little rubber mallet. The key just pops right out of it. And so now I have a female keyway on the crankshaft, giving me a bit of optimism that the MTD adapter might work out after all. Before installing it though, I wanted to do a quick side-by-side comparison of the two adapters. Using my calipers, I collected a series of measurements. The internal diameter of the hub on both adapters is almost identical at around 22 millimeters. The Yardmax keyway measured around 5 millimeters wide, while the MTD key comes in just under that. So these two dimensions indicate that this adapter should slide onto the crankshaft, no problem. But probably the biggest difference in design is going to be the hub height. The MTD is nearly 15 millimeters shorter than the Yardmax adapter. While this doesn't prevent it from fitting onto the crankshaft, it does mean that there's not going to be as much contact between the adapter and the crankshaft with the MTD adapter as there is with the Yardmax adapter. And now the biggest difference, and the one that determines blade compatibility, is the drive pattern on the face of the adapter. The MTD uses a bow tie style adapter with two circular pins on the sides. This seems to be a much better fit for many universal blades out there. After the comparison, I was able to slide the MTD adapter onto the crankshaft. Let's just do a quick dry fit, see how this all works together. And I do think that the specific adapter that I purchased relative to this universal blade, probably not the best selection here. They've got other different universal adapters that have this bow tie center feature, which I think would have probably worked better for this particular adapter, but this is what we have and this is what we're going to test out. After a successful dry fit, I was able to get everything reassembled and get our new adapter securely installed alongside the blade. Before I test it, I'm just doing one final check, making sure the blade rotates freely and that it's not scraping any of the decking. Everything looked really good, and I also noticed there really wasn't any play between the blade and the adapter, which is a good sign. Before firing this up, I do want to make it clear that this is an experimental setup. I'm not endorsing the use of any other particular third-party adapter or blade with the Yardmax. We're just trying to see if there are other options that may work. Similar to the last test, we're going to put this alternate adapter and universal blade to a real challenge, taking down some jungle grass. During this test, I really didn't notice much difference in terms of runability compared to the Yardmax blade we had just tested out. So this combination showed it was able to handle a pretty big challenge. All right, so the blade did not come flying off, which I think is a good sign. It looked like it was cutting. Let's just go ahead and inspect the underside now. So everything that I'm seeing here looks pretty promising. Even though the blade didn't seem like a perfect fit with this adapter, it seemed to hold in place well enough. So I'd consider this option a pretty good success. We were able to use a third-party adapter and blade, get it to fit the Yardmax. We're cutting grass. I don't have a ton of runtime with this specific combination, but initial thoughts are looking pretty good. So between the cut performance and the quick inspection of the underside, things were looking good, but after digging into things further, I soon realized that there may have been an issue with this setup after all. Well, that didn't come out so smooth. See, the key in our adapter is sheared off. Here is the other piece of it. So the key on the adapter did shear off. It's hard to know whether that was the fault of the compatibility between the adapter and our universal blade and the circular hole, or was it an issue with the adapter and the crankshaft on the Yardmax. Because the one thing that is a bit different with this adapter versus the Yardmax is the hub on this is quite a bit shorter than that of the Yardmax. There's not as much contact area with the key and the crankshaft of this adapter as there is on the Yardmax adapter. If I were going to do this again, I would try to find a blade that actually fits this MTD adapter that I was using. There's plenty of 22-inch MTD blades out there that I think would work a lot better than the universal one that I tried to make work. I feel that the blade I used may not have been as compatible with the adapter as I was initially thinking and could have applied more torque onto that key, causing the adapter to fail. Plus, some of those MTD compatible blades are half the price of the Yardmax blade. My final verdict with using a different adapter on the Yardmax is considered a mixed success. My recommendation would be to use a more compatible blade than what I did if you're going to go this route. So after those mixed results, I'm going back to the Yardmax adapter, and what we're going to try to do is see if we can get this universal blade to actually fit onto here, which means we're going to have to use a little bit of brute force to actually modify the slots on our universal blade to make it fit. First things first, we are going to get our key back into the slot here on the crankshaft. There we go. To make the universal blade work, my goal was to grind out the slots just enough so that the blade would accept the drive lugs from the Yardmax adapter. So I wanted to mark out exactly where I'd need to grind in order to remove as little material as possible. I coated the drive lugs with Sharpie and really torquing the blade against the adapter, hoping it would transfer the exact locations that needed to be removed. Unfortunately, that didn't leave a usable mark, so I ended up measuring the diameter of the drive lugs with calipers and scribing those measurements directly onto the blade. Alright, so I've made some pretty crude marks here. This is going to be our oval side, this will be our circle side. What I'm going to do is just widen out the slots a little bit to fit in those shapes. And before I hack into this blade, I want to be clear that this is more of an experiment and not necessarily a recommendation. Modifying a hardened mower blade may carry undesired effects and hazards, so proceed at your own risk. I started with a small rat tail file but found it was taking forever to see even minuscule progress, so I switched over to a Dremel with a carbide grinding bit to save my arms. While the Dremel definitely sped up the process, it was still a slow go, which I think is a good thing. I wanted to be careful on how much material I was removing, because once it's gone, there's no putting it back on. And just real quick, while I let this cool off, it seems like a perfect time for you to hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more content around the house, yard, and pool. Throughout the course of this grinding, I would test fit the adapter to check progress and make sure I was staying on track. Ultimately, I wanted these drive lugs to fit as tightly as possible because I want to limit the amount of play between the blade and the adapter, as it's going to need to withstand quite a bit of torque as it's mowing. Overall, it took me about 15 minutes to get a solid fit, and then I was ready to check its balance. This is always something that's worth doing anytime you're removing material from the blade, even if it's just routine sharpening. Fortunately, mine remained pretty balanced, so I didn't need to make any further adjustment. So just a quick comparison, this is the Yardmax blade on the Yardmax adapter. We can see there is a little bit of free play in it. It's not a perfectly 100% tight fit. So as I've carved up our new blade, it really doesn't look like we're getting a ton more play than the original blade. So our universal blade has now been carved up to fit the Yardmax adapter. we're gonna get it strapped in, give it a go, and hope for the best. And one final check just to make sure everything is spinning freely, we're not gonna hit the side of the deck with our modified blade, and it all looked good. To keep things fair between tests, I ran the mower through the torturous field to put the blade under the same heavy load. Well, almost the same. That's never good. But the mow must go on. During the small test run, the mower seemed like it was cutting normally. I wasn't noticing any significant vibration that would indicate maybe the blade was off balance. Overall, the performance and cut quality seemed to be pretty comparable to just the factory Yardmax blade. Obviously, that was just a really quick test, but it did look like this blade was able to cut through some pretty rough terrain. We're gonna flip it over and see how the underside looks. Those drive bosses are still intact, in position within the blade. Everything's holding up. Now let's just go ahead and see how the key and the crankshaft looks afterwards. I didn't find any obvious signs of movement or damage, and the removable key was still firmly in the crankshaft. So after testing every option I could think of, here's where I landed. Let's start with the clear loser that didn't even get a test run. It's gonna be the universal blade that won't even fit on the Yardmax adapter. And after scouring the stores, I couldn't find any other universal blade that would work with the Yardmax adapter. And then we attempted using the universal blade with a different adapter. While the initial results looked promising, we did find that the adapter was damaged afterwards. But it's difficult to know whether the damage occurred due to incompatibility with the crankshaft or due to the mounting style of the universal blade. Now for the real surprise, modifying the universal blade to make it fit with the Yardmax adapter. During the short test, the blade remained balanced and I didn't see any obvious signs of movement or damage during inspection afterwards. But there's definitely a concern on longevity of the solution as it does alter the structure of the blade. So I would consider this one more of a proof of concept than a recommendation. And finally, we have our winner. Of course, it's going to be the factory blade from Yardmax, if you can find one. It fits perfectly and doesn't require modifications. Even if you don't need a blade right now, I would consider picking up a spare if you happen to see one available. Because if you're like me, you never know when you might hit something unexpected. Otherwise, comment down below if you found another type of blade or an adapter, or some other solution that works with the Yardmax mower other than the factory blade. Hopefully you found this video useful, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see tons more content around this mower. I'll see you next time.